Let's listen in as these educators use a spelling screener to discuss the progress of a first grade student and next steps for instruction. As you watch, consider how you can use your expertise in phonology and orthography to analyze your students' results.
Alrighty, ladies, we've had a chance to do the spelling screener, and I know that there are some things we want to look at very closely to see where these errors are happening and the things we need to capitalize on. But first, I want to do a celebration. I realized when we look through these that the kiddos are really coming along with some of the skills, and they are really embracing and are able to write them now. It is very exciting to see. And we pulled out this one specifically so we can kind of talk through where we might need to shore up some instruction in the next lesson for these students. Look at number 6, 7, and 8. We had some concerns about those. Can you kind of talk through number 6 and what do you notice?
So on number 6, the word should have been life, and she did get log, so she got that initial sound, but she didn't hear the vowel sound or that following consonant sound. So definitely a phonological processing error. So maybe having her look in the mirror and seeing where her chin is, if it's open or is it dropping, is it closing, then I think that will help her bringing in those items during her instruction.
Yeah.
I've noticed in 1 through 6, she's pretty consistent with her first sounds. We're having trouble, a lot of issues apparently with that vowel sound, but also some of her ending sounds.
Right.
So really being able to follow through on words to the end might be something I might need to work with her on and having her repeat some of that.
Yes.
Definitely.
I was noticing in number 7, the word was shack, and she also missed those last 2 ending sounds. She wrote O and G for ACK. So again, maybe pulling those mirrors in and talking about where her mouth is, and maybe, having her again put her hand over her throat, deciding if it's voiced or unvoiced. So explicit instruction in that.
Yeah, especially with that digraph.
Right.
And number 8.
Yeah, that was supposed to be stone. And so she has the S in there, so that's good. So she can hear that first sound, but that blend, and I know that's something that they've been having trouble with lately. So really going back with some explicit instruction, making sure that they can hear that second placement sound to ensure that that shows up in their writing, and then to the VCE pattern because she didn't have the E at the end.
And maybe doing some phonographic mapping with her during the phonics instruction. That will help as well with those blends.
There's a celebration there because she did get her vowel sound correct in that one.
Correct.
So it's inconsistent, but she is definitely moving forward with her learning.
Yes.
And looking at number 9, I am looking at number 7, and I see some connections between those two.
Right.
What are you guys noticing as you look at number 9 and going back to number 7?
The CK. Yeah, the ending, instead of writing CK, she writes a G for both. So going back, really listening to that sound and seeing what or errors that she's making when she's either speaking or when she's hearing those sounds.
And I think, again, too, identifying if those sounds are voiced and unvoiced. Again, putting her hand over her throat and having her hear those the differences in those 2 sounds will help as well.
And also having a mirror so she can see what her mouth is actually doing with those with that sound.
Definitely.
Correct.
Okay. Number 10. What do you see with that one? Again.
Yeah. Yep.
The word was goat, and she wrote the word got.
So she did get the initial and the ending sound, and my wonder is if she's actually had instruction yet on that vowel team.
Right.
So because she did miss that A in goat. So that's a wonder that I have with this being first grade. And I know that comes up in second grade.
And number 11, the word is scrape.
I just want to celebrate her because she got that 3-letter blend there.
She got
SCR.
Yay.
Yes, definitely.